Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining in. We are fighting for freedom. My name is Davita, alongside my husband, Rodney Pitts. We are the hosts of Fighting for Freedom. Fighting for Freedom is a platform designed to give those who are incarcerated a voice. We bring wonderful men and women on the show, and we basically just let them have a voice, have the platform so that they can, express what's going on and what they've been doing. Like I said, this is my husband and my show. He is incarcerated. He is at Western Correctional Institution. We come on every third Sunday at 7. And that is a little disclaimer. We didn't come on last week. We had a few issues, but we are back, and we are back with another wonderful, wonderful guest. We are here with Mr. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is at WCI, and we want to thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for your time. Introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, my name is Antonio Brown, better known as Hanif. I've been incarcerated for 24 and a half years. Um, I'm a I'm a certified peer recovery specialist. I'm a certified personal trainer. I am a certified smart facilitator. Uh, that's who I am for right now.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. So where are you from, Mr. Brown? Give us a little background on Antonio, where you came from, and just how you grew up. What part of the city are you from? Are you from the city, first of all?
Yes, I'm from Baltimore City. I'm from West Baltimore, uh, little area called around North and Pulaski. Um, I spent most of my time around there. I ended up going back down south to live with my father from probably like 92 to 95. I returned back to Baltimore. Uh, I went to elementary school. I went to 142, which is Robert Coleman. I ended up going to Mount Royal, Roland Park, Emerson, and then I ended up at Francis Inwood. Uh, I didn't really have a troubled life, but I chose to go into the street. Uh, Personal choice just to please friends more than myself. Didn't have to. Um, I've always been an advocate for those that really didn't have a voice for themselves. So when I was young, I always fought for those. I got in trouble for other people, pretty much.
Okay. So I heard you say you've been down for 24 years. If you don't mind me asking, what was you that you was charged with?
Originally, it was uh, rape, first degree, second degree, uh, first degree, second degree, sex offense, uh, kidnapping, and assault. Then in 2010 with the Innocent Project, uh, through DNA, I was proven innocent, but I was originally locked up out Carroll County. So because I was out Carroll County, they chose not to grant me my release that I sought. So I won through DNA, but they still choosing to not let me go.
How does that happen? So you proved your innocence. So how do they have the option to choose not to let you go? How is that even an option?
Uh, okay, so the law states in under criminal procedures 8-201 that uh, the judge has discretion. No matter
Mm,
what, the judge still has discretion. If he feels as though that he doesn't like it, he can
wow.
he can do as he pleases. Okay? And the Maryland Court of Appeals is I, I challenged it to the Court of Appeals, and they said the same thing that the judge has discretion.
So is this what ultimately you're serving your what you was given life plus 60?
Yes,
And so this is the 24-year time that you've been doing for that.
Right.
That's crazy. There's so many guys, and I'm sure women included, who are in prison under some of the same restraints and conditions. So what have you been doing for the past 24 years?
Like I said, it took a while for me to come to the reality that uh, even though I wasn't guilty for my charges, that I actually put myself here. Because, and I say that because taking accountability for, like I said, jumping into the streets. I chose to sell drugs, and I sold drugs in Carroll County. And it took a while for me to realize that I actually put myself in this situation. Had I not sold drugs, then I wouldn't be in a situation. So I chose to attack the root of the issue, which was me selling drugs. And I've been a big advocate for trying to fight for those who are on drugs to get off of drugs while I've been in this institution, and to clean the ones that's on drugs to clean themselves up, part of my personal training. So as a peer, uh, I track their cognitive, give them a better way of thinking, criminally and with drug abuse. And then I try to get their bodies together through the personal training.
Okay, so they offer that in prison. You was able to get your certificate. I'm assuming that's what it
Uh,
is.
well, yes and no. Yep. All right. So recently, while I was at North Branch, I fell in love with personal training, and I got myself together. Uh, and then I realized that I got myself together with high blood pressure. So I said, well, maybe I could just start working on the brothers that had drug addiction. So it started working, and then I became surgeon training instructor at North Branch Correctional Institution from 2008 until 2017. Then while I left North Branch in 2017, and then I went to JCI. At JCI, I was able to meet a social worker named, her name is Miss Kathleen Aidens, and she brought a smart recovery to JCI during the pandemic. And she introduced me to uh, the cognitive part of allowing people to think better than what they are. Then she introduced us to the peer recovery specialist. And then that's how EPSCS came into the peer recovery program, which is now spread into WCI also.
Okay. And so the people who you help, those individuals who you help, do you solicit those people? Do they sign up for these programs?
Okay, so now, now that I'm at WCI, it's a different story. But down at JCI, they will actually start off as a smart program participant, and those that wanted personal one-on-one time, we would sign up for peer-to-peer recovery stuff. Um, we also had different programs. Hold on for 1 second, let me grab my book.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
Yes, at JCI we for those that signed up, we had different programs. Like we had CAP, the CAP program, which is court and parole preparation. We had peer one-on-one. We had a smart finance class, which taught individuals how to manage their money. We had a relationship course for those that had troubles with relationships with family, friends. We had 5 stages of incarceration. We had the 5 stages of growth. We had a smart fitness course, which I was in charge of. And we also had a shadow program, which we helped train the next smart recovery facilitators and next peers for BPSCS. And that's how I said that, because Caroline Shrugs is a big supporter of it. And she let the programs come into JCI. We were the first one. It was 40 of us that started, and I think we're down. Well, JCI now that I left, I think they're down to like 12. Most of them went home. A lot of us peers that started for public defender's office, state attorney offices.
So how long have you been, so you left JCI, how long have you been gone from there?
I left JCI July 29th. In the middle of July 29th, I left and I came to WCI.
Oh, okay. So you're just
right now back down there.
Oh, okay. So are you carrying those programs with you? Are you able to, or do they already have that at WCI? Are those programs already instituted there?
Well, here's the thing. All right, so down JCI, the reason I got put out of JCI is because I was a building representative, and as a building rep, I have to work closely with the administration and whatever building sergeant there was. Then so the building sergeant the building sergeant got caught up in some type of scandal down there. It's associated me with her, and now I got put out of that institution pending an investigation. And I've been fighting to get back down there because of my peer program, and I was accepted into Bowie State. You know, they have a Bowie State.
No, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yes, they have two college programs down at JCI. They have Bowie State, and they also have the University of Baltimore.
Oh, I did not know that. I know Georgetown is at a couple of the prisons. I didn't know that. That's great. So what are you able to take? So are you able to take anything at those colleges?
Right now I can't do anything. Even though I was accepted into Bowie State, right now at this institution, I'm not able to do anything until the investigation is concluded.
Okay. So who's helping you with, you know, I have so many questions. For one, with I want to say, I guess, the wrongful sentence or the conviction that you got, how are you helping yourself with that?
Well, right now I have an 8505, which is going in October for the second time. I have my parole advocate. His name is Philip Dantes. He's helped me for my early rehab that's supposed to happen in March. I talked to the parole commissioner when he came down to JCI before I left, and he told me to make sure I put it in March, and we'll see what happened then. I went in for parole in 2016. They gave me a 16-year hit.
What does that mean?
16-year hit means that you come back in 16 years, which would be actually in 31. But they told me when they came to see me, the old commissioner came to see me, Blumberg. He told me that he was going to release me when he came to JCI. He reneged on his agreement. I talked to Caroline Shrugs, and I also contacted the new commissioner, chairman, which is Ernest Ely, and Tanzania Murrayweather, and they told me that then, though I already had an early I asked for early rehab. You only can ask for early rehab every 2 years. So in March of 26, that's when they'll give me a chance to present my case to the board.
Okay. And then what, they'll just release you or change the sentence? Like, what happens in that case?
In the parole board, they won't change your sentence. What they can do is they can release you pending you meet the criteria and you're not a risk to society anymore. You got to complete a certain amount of time to be eligible for it, and the criteria that they put, I mean, the recommendations that they put forward the last time you went up for parole. So the last time I went up for parole, which was, like I said, it was 2016, and the recommendation was vocational training. That was all they asked me to do. So also at that time, that remember the governor of Maryland had to sign off on anything doing with life.
Okay.
So after then, so they couldn't, the parole commission couldn't do anything anyway at that time.
Okay. So ultimately, the decision still sort of lies with the judge.
As far as the actual release goes to, as far as to the courts goes to the judge. However, with parole can release them anytime they want.
Okay. So who's your support system? Let's switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about
Okay.
how are you managing, outside of all of the things that you're involved with in there. Who's your support system out here that just gives you the fight to keep fighting?
Well, the first person has always been my mother. She's been there since day one. She's been my support system since day one. This was just recently. I actually got married this year, so now my wife is my niece, along with my mother, my support system.
Congratulations.
I also have, thank you. I also have a daughter who's my support system, and my sister. So, I have a couple of friends that went home from that I met in here.
Mm-hmm.
I can rely upon. So I have a nice small support system, but they strong and tight.
Right. Okay, yeah, that you're going to need that not only just in there, but out here. One of the things that the city is struggling with, which you probably know, we're struggling probably with some of the same things that we were struggling with when you were actually out here, is the youth. The crime, the carjackings. What can you offer out here to, if anything, to help with um the crime, not just with the youth. It's desperate times out here. So desperate times call for desperate measures. So these kids off the hook, some of the adults act like they need to be reparented. What can you bring?
First of all, I've been watching the news, and I've been, like I said, I was down at JCI, and I see the youth coming in, and the majority of the cases is the drugs. Like drugs is the synthetic drug is cheap and is really available. So everybody that comes in is on it. This epidemic with the drugs has to be addressed first. Addressing the drug situation with the youth, like recreation centers has to be opened back up.
Yes.
I'm a big advocate on if they stuck in their cells. I mean, I said cells. Apologize. I've been locked up so long. If they stuck in the house doing nothing, they get bored. So what they do, they go out with their friends who have nothing else to do, and then they end up getting into drugs. And when I was younger, rec centers was a hangout spot. Everybody went to the rec center, and it kept the majority of us off of drugs, kept us out of the streets. It kept us doing something. It kept you focused on something other than the negative that's in the world. My thing is, like, I talk to the brothers on the street, and they say that if there's a way that we can pull the youth back into sports, arts and crafts,
Right.
anything. I apologize for 1 second. I have a cell buddy, and he has to go to the bathroom for 1 second.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, all right.
Just let us know when you're ready. Take your time. You're back.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
he's done.
Okay. So you were saying recreation centers and getting them back into arts and crafts. You can
Yeah.
continue.
Yes, give them something other to do. Then, and I go back to a couple of years ago, the squeegee guy situation, the squeegee
Mhm.
boys, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Giving them, we used to have jobs when we was that age. Like we had, I don't know if they still doing it on the street. Summer job, or when you get out of school, you go to work. I don't know what the job situation is like on the streets right now as far as the youth. Those type of things kept you educated and it kept you off the street. Not looking for what the next man had.
Okay. Yeah, these kids, they definitely need some guidance. I was just watching on the news the other day and they were speaking about the absentee rate as far as the children in school. It's not as bad as it used to be, but still it's like 48%. And school just started and they already at a 40% rate. So one of the things that I know that the city is struggling with is that as well. How can we get these kids in school? How can we get them motivated? It's so many how can we's, you know. So that's what's needed out here as well. How what's my question? How involved would you like to get with that? If there's something you would want to be involved with at all.
Sure. Getting this, I believe that kids want to learn. They want to learn. It's just peer pressure really has a lot of them wanting to not go to school. Uh, I know one of the number one things was when I did skip school was I was just bored. Or I didn't understand. I asked the teachers how to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would literally sit in class and just days off. So I was like, well, why am I here?
Right.
Get, I think that a lot of the classes, like down JCI, a lot of the guys that come in, they want to learn. They just are afraid to ask. I don't want to look stupid, so I don't want to ask these questions.
Right. Right.
That type of thing. That's what's going on a lot. Like I don't want to look stupid, so I'm not going to ask these questions. So I would rather not just show up. Uh, when I first got incarcerated, I was over Maryland House of Correction, and I still had that same mentality. Uh, I'm not going to wake up in the morning to go to school because I didn't want to ask the questions of, well, y'all are ahead of me, so go ahead. I'm good. I'm just stay back until uh, the teacher actually pulled me to the side and said, why aren't you coming to school? And I just had
Right.
to break down and tell her like, you was moving too fast for me.
Right.
And then she said, you could have just said it. And a lot of us don't know how to just say it.
Yeah. One of the things I know a lot of kids struggle with when I was in school is, some of the parents need to be taught. Some of the parents aren't educated either. So they don't even have that outlet. So educating the parents, I think, is another avenue that probably need to be tracked and traveled in order for these kids to um, even for these kids to even have a chance. So let's talk about the job situation out here. Jobs, believe it or not, are everywhere. I just don't think people want to work. Um, so what is your plan when you come
I
home?
agree. I totally agree with that. Well, first of all, like I told you, I have 3 certifications. I plan on opening my own gym as a personal trainer. I also want to address uh, want to get into the mental health field
Okay.
because I do believe as a peer. that there's a lot of opportunities that we could address stuff. It's so simple, like in the city, like just to me, and I believe that we've done it down JCI, where the guys that come in with criminal thinking errors look at it only one way. Like, and the most simplest way to put it is that, well, I'm a hustler. Well, you understand that hustler doesn't only mean you're a drug dealer.
Right.
That's the same thing. So a hustler is someone who goes to get money however he needs it. Get a job, you're a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it as, well, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna go get drugs. I'm gonna sell drugs on the street. That's not a hustler. That's just a drug dealer.
Okay. For sure. Every store I go in is a help wanted sign in the window, from Home Depot to McDonald's to just the regular corner stores selling chicken boxes or something. It's help wanted signs everywhere. And you spoke about, mental health issues and the problems that we deal with on the streets is massive. Everyone has a extent of mental illness. It's just basically how we handle it and how we want to move forward with it. Some people need medication. So that's a very good place to go to start, because it's needed. They're basically throwing money at people to help that vulnerable population. What is it exactly that you want to do with the mental health? Like, what is it that you want to do? How do you want to help them?
First, addressing the criminal thinking error.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, the number one thing is, would you rather work at McDonald's for $15? I think that's what minimum wage is now, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Or would you rather come to prison, or would you rather come to prison and make $1.25 a day? I mean, it's not that hard to think about. Like, would you rather spend the rest of your life in prison making $1.25 a day, or starting off at $15 an hour every 6 to 7 months, getting a pay raise?
Right. Right.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay. Well, that's one of our warnings. So this is what we'll do. We're gonna get you to call back. We're gonna jump right back into the work and the pay raises and those good things. So give us a second, call us back, and we'll jump right back into the interview.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right. We're gonna take a break, you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna take a break. Thanks. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us and returning. For those who may not have been on, my name is Davita. I am the co-host of Fighting for Freedom alongside my husband, Rodney Pitts. We are fighting for freedom. We are here every third Sunday at 7. And our special guest today is Mr. Antonio Brown. They call him Hanif. We're just waiting for him to call back into the show. If you know someone or if you want to come on the show, you can send us an email at fighting4freedom@myyahoo.com. If you yourself have an idea that you want to bring out and share with everyone, and you have content and you want to do your own show, you can join us here at the Black Box Radio family, and you can send Miss Queen an email at blackboxradio BLAKBOXX radio at gmail.com, and let them know you have some content. Come on and join the family. We are growing over here. Again, like, share, and subscribe so we can get this ball rolling. We're fighting for freedom. And thank you guys again for joining us. We're just waiting for Mr. Brown to come back.
Hello.
Hello. You're
Hello.
back. All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling back. I appreciate it. And we just want to pick up where we were. We were talking about, the jobs and working for the $15 as opposed to that $1 a day, which is, woo, 15. What? That's $30 a month, basically.
And the price of cosmetics and food is going up. So,
and it's funny.
Your cosmetics, you have nothing else left.
Right, and it's funny because that's going up, but the money they paying isn't. The same with out here. You gotta get on your ground, like you say, hustle, work a couple of jobs to make one good living. So so which way are you going with your helping them the mental the mental population out here, people mental health? How are you going to address that?
Like you said, it starts at home. Like you said, it starts at home. And you made a good point that a lot of the parents don't have an education or jobs. Matter of fact, trying to get people to understand that yes, you need money, but fast money, like that old saying, fast money comes fast and goes fast. If you work for something, you cherish it a whole lot more than you do if you just out in the streets.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that what they were saying, but it's a true fact.
Mm-hmm.
Fast money goes fast.
A lot of the homeless population are dealing with mental illness. A lot of people, mental illness is being misdiagnosed for other things, and they don't know how to handle that population of people. So they need all of the assistance. They need so much assistance. So they need places to stay.
I've noticed that a lot of people just need somebody to listen to them. Somebody just needs somebody just to actually sit there and listen to them, and then they feel a whole lot better after you sit there and talk to them for about 10, 15 minutes. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that doing one-on-one sessions down JCI is that the guy that constantly gets into trouble, constantly going on lockup and stuff like that, he actually just want to vent sometimes. You never know what the next man or woman is going through.
Right.
A couple guys that they get these long incarceration sentences, and early in their incarceration, they lose their parents, they lose their support system.
Mm.
That's another reason why people just need somebody to listen to them. Once you sit down, me myself, I speak for myself. Once I sit down, I talk to them. We come up with a plan of action to address one, taking accountability why you locked up, or like you said, uptown, take accountability why you're not in school first, or why you keep getting in trouble. Then address it. Make a short-term plan of action to change your mindset. Talk to their parents. Get their parents on board. Make it a team, a family, or a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
Mother and father and child can go to school. Parents can get their GED.
Right.
Even with their high school diploma.
Right. The unfortunate thing about now is we have this man in office who is cutting everything. The Department of Education. He's taking so much money from them. Even healthcare. A lot of people aren't even coming to the hospital to get procedures done. So it's like we're going to be out here grinding from the ground. So it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. With that being said, we got to go, as they say, we got to go to the streets and get these kids. We got to go to their doors, and sometimes we might have to do it for absolutely nothing. Um, how can you, uh, how can you reach them without, if this is even possible, without making them feel even worse? How can you pull those kids in?
You got to relate to them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to relate to them. If you can't relate to them, you can't talk to them. I'm not gonna listen to someone who's not from where I'm from.
Mm.
You don't understand my struggle.
Right.
So if you don't understand my struggle, you just talking to me. People that come from the streets know the others from the streets. I'm not gonna respect a man if he's not on the same struggle that I am or came from. There's a lot of people that went home that I see that are trying to talk to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, sometimes you gotta meet the youth with aggression. And that's just real talk. They're not gonna listen to you if you pacify them.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are out there, they're literally out there assaulting the elderly.
Yep.
Mine is not even right. So you have to be able to pull them up. I remember when we was younger, the neighborhood raised a child.
Yes.
So the neighborhood would jack you up.
Yes.
That's what needs to be done these days. The neighborhood needs to jack you up. The men in the neighborhood, most of the men are, it's sad to say, majority of the men in Baltimore City are locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that's coming home are trying their best, but they need more help.
Yeah, they do.
They need more help.
Absolutely. One of the groups that I am in talks with, we talked about that. We are going to go to the legislative session and we're going to push for a lot of the guys who have been in prison a really long time to come out and be those mentors, because we're outnumbered. We have so many children who need certain resources that aren't out here for them to get. And the guys in prison, believe it or not, they are the ones who I believe can come out here and make some change, and not only some change, but some permanent change. Because sometimes things change, you go back to the way that it was after some time. And I think that the men and some of the women who are in prison can come out here and definitely put their footprint out here and get these kids in line. And to also not to not to step on anybody's toes who are already out here, but it's guys and women who coming out of prison that's doing more than people who weren't in prison. They setting the road, they paving the way. And some of the guys, I'm like, dang, you've been in prison all these years, you coming out and you already have a business. So coming out, getting your mental health thing on the ground and getting that running is definitely something that's needed. You have people out here who aren't even thinking along those lines. My husband talk all the time about why that is. Why do you think that the guys, the men and women out here, just don't have that fire lit under them?
Because they're not scared.
Okay.
The ones who, that's just real talk. The ones who've been in prison, they know that a lot of the youth, they really don't want to harm you. But if you've never been in prison, you don't understand the bluff that people put on out on the street. So, not saying that all of them are bluffers, but like I said, you have to meet aggression with aggression. So if your aggression is matching theirs, 9 out of 10 they're going to stop and pause and then let me hear what he has to say first.
Okay.
Before I react, let me listen to what he has to say.
What about those older ones, the ones who haven't been to prison, who 40, 30, 40, 45 years old, who, not that it's anything wrong with just going to your 9 to 5 and come on home, but it's so many things to do out here. It's so many places you can put your hands in and get your feet in. And these, the grown-ups just not even motivated.
to the ones who haven't been to prison, right?
Right. You got people out here who've never been to prison a day in their lives. Some of them haven't even been arrested, and they're just working their regular job. They don't want to get on the grind or the hustle, as you say. What do you think is prohibiting that? Why is it that the people in prison coming out and winning the race?
Well, for one, we've been down, and we know that we've been down so long that we got that grind. We want to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
We got so much time we done lost. We trying to make up for. We got so much time. We trying to hit the once you hit the pavement, you try and go full blast. Nothing is trying to stop you. You got so much time you done lost.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the ones who haven't been to prison, we do need them to step up.
Yeah.
We need them to step up a whole lot more than what they had been.
Yeah.
I understand that they have dedicated their lives to a lot of non-illegal activities, but especially in Baltimore City, most of the people that you hire or that work with you have been incarcerated, especially Black and Hispanics.
Yeah.
So you have to work with them either way.
Right.
You're going to work with them. So the best bet is try to address it head on before it becomes a great, like you said, a greater issue.
Yeah. I mean, even just the smallest things, I was like getting my grass cut. I had such a hard time with keeping someone to cut my grass. Like, he would come, he wouldn't cut the back on one side, and then he wouldn't come. It'd be 3-4 weeks before I got my grass cut. Then he wouldn't trim the weeds, and it's just been awful. And then you go from one person to the next. I'm like, I just want my grass cut. I mean, you got guys, and this their business now, mind you. They solicit, and you hire them. You get to the second cut, and you're like, that's okay. I'll cut my grass myself. Like, they're not even motivated to do their own business. So you guys are needed out here, believe me.
Yeah, because I'm as you talking, I just started thinking like that's one of the easiest landscaping. That's a nice, easy profession, and it don't take a lot.
And it doesn't.
You take pride in your job. Like I said, like you saying, take pride in your job. The second cut shouldn't be any less better than the first.
Right. I'm guessing to get hard or be kind of complicated if you haven't been here for a week. So if it's raining and it's the summertime and the grass growing like crazy, and then they'll say, oh, this grass over here, you have a hill. I had a hill the last time you came, sir. So the point that I'm making is there's so much stuff to do out here. So it's not just the young kids who need that motivation, who need that lifting. It's some of the adults. So believe it or not, you're going to have to come out here and deal with the older ones just like you do the younger ones.
And that, like I said, that's not even a big issue because we're dealing with it in here. For those that's in here that have some type of influence, we're dealing with all types of ages, all types of mental backgrounds. Even though you treat each person individually, you address each situation the same. You go in and you ask the questions first, finding out who the person is and what they really want to do. Some guys just really want to fail. But you talk to them. I mean, it's sad to say, but.
So what do you do in that situation? How do you help someone or prevent someone from failing who that's all they want to do? Because that gotta be a pain in there.
Oh, it most definitely is a pain because along with what they do is the people here, they just drug them. The easiest thing is to drug them. So when you talk to these individuals that feel is like, well, I ain't got nothing to lose, first and foremost, you got to realize that they being drugged every day, all day, 3 times a day, medication coming around. They drug them. the program that the state is giving out, the methadone program inside
Uh,
of the institution. To me, it doesn't make sense to me because you bring peers and smart recovery into an institution to stop the guys from getting high, but yet the government are giving you drugs. Keep them high just at the base level. They'll be all right all day. So then when the recidivism rate is high again, we're looking at it like, well, what's going on? That makes no sense.
mm-hmm.
Because we got it, like I said, I'm a big advocate of getting away from drugs.
Okay.
Get the people away from drugs. That I believe that's Baltimore's. Well, I'm not saying Baltimore, but that's Maryland's number one thing is drugs.
Right.
You guys off the drugs first.
How is it working for you in there?
Say it again.
I said, how is that working? Like trying to, talk to the people in there about getting off of drugs. Like, how is that working? Are you successful at that? Are you accomplishing that task?
Before I was removed, it's hard. Like I said, it's hard because legally, there's nothing you can really do but write the governor's office, because the governor's office is the one who's supplying it to them, the methadone program. So when you write them, you write DPSCS and ask them, with countering, you're giving the guys the drugs, but you're not giving them counseling.
And counseling is definitely needed.
But it's a part of the program. You can't. They doing one part. They're getting the guys off the hard drugs, putting them on something to keep them from getting high. I guess that's what you would call it. But they're not giving them counseling. But then they want to cut the peer program. Now they want to cut the peers and the smart recovery program.
And then what's they supposed to do without what's they supposed to do without that program?
Without the peer and the smart recovery program?
Yeah, like it seems as though it's needed. It seems as though those type of resources are needed. So if they cut it, it's probably coming along with all of the hundreds of other cuts that's happening. Like, then what's going to happen in there?
I guess we're gonna have to do what we were doing prior to I guess you would say the legalization of the peer program.
Right.
The peer program, we had to do it ourselves. We had to do it ourselves.
Right. And that's the point I was getting to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I said that's what I was saying, when I was talking about the cuts and still trying to do the things that need to be done without the money. We're gonna have to, hit the ground running, and so some of the stuff we're gonna have to do for absolutely nothing.
Yes. That's a position I'm willing to take. Even though I know I have a family, I have a wife, grandson. It's better to do that than to sit back and do nothing.
Right.
Because as soon as you sit back and do nothing, then something happens to your family, and then you wondering why. Well,
there you go.
It took the opportunity, and I could have took the opportunity that I had to help the community, but I chose to sit back and do nothing. Now something happens to me. Now I want to cry help.
Yeah, there you go. We got it. How you say it takes a village. It takes a village. Okay, Mr. Brown, that is our time. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate your time. I appreciate, you coming on and sharing your story with us. I'm gonna ask you to drop a jewel. Give the listeners something that they can take with them.
Oh. Feed your mind, not your addiction.
There you go. That's a jewel right there. So what happens
I'm sorry.
now?
Feed your mind, not your addiction.
Okay, we appreciate that, Jewel. Thank you so much. And this isn't it. The door isn't closed. Anytime you want to come back on the show, the door is open. You're welcome. This is the time that my husband calls in. He's going to call into the show and he's going to close us out. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Um, if you want to come on the show, fighting for the number 4 freedom at yahoo.com, at myyahoo.com. I'm sorry. Send us an email if you know someone who want to come on. If you have some content that you want to come on the show, reach out to Black Box Radio. That's Black Box Radio 2X. This is at gmail.com. Reach out to Miss Queen. And again, brother, I want to thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Your time is valuable and we really appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you. Oh, well, he's gone. I think my husband should be calling in.
I appreciate y'all, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Oh, okay. There you go. I think he's calling in, Jai.
Call from
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're just waiting for my husband to get on here and drive this thing home. You there, babe? Is he on? Okay, there you go.
Call from
Yeah.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Thank you, babe. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, I can barely hear you. You're chopping in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're ready though.
All right, okay. And that wraps up another episode of Fighting for Freedom. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, for thinking critically, and for standing strong in the pursuit of truth and justice. Also, I want y'all to know that y'all support fuels this movement, and together we're making noise that cannot be ignored. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Queen for generously opening up her platform to this series. Her belief in amplifying voices that challenge the status quo means the world to us. On the next episode, which will be in October, I want y'all to tune in, man. We have a special guest that's actually on the outside by the name of Brother Abu Jamal Jenkins. So I definitely want y'all to tune in and see what that brother's bringing to the table. Until next time, stay bold, stay informed, and never stop fighting for freedom. Bless up.
Thank you, guys.